Well, the head of the embattled Hacienda Healthcare Corporation is now admitting he's guilty of multiple felonies, all by ripping off taxpayers and the disabled.
And our Brianna Whitney had a chance to speak to the former employee who says that they are not surprised the longtime CEO is in trouble. She is live with what they had to say, Brianna.
Yeah, Brandon, nobody is surprised at all. Throughout that rape and birth investigation at Hacienda, I got to learn a whole lot more about the former CEO himself, Bill Timmons, and many employees say he led by fear and created a horribly hostile work environment, and now he's pleaded guilty to fraudulent schemes, too.
Once in the rich elite of the Valley, former Hacienda Healthcare CEO Bill Timmons is now waiting for a possible prison sentence after pleading guilty to 2 Class 2 felonies. Former employees say it's about time.
He could just become terribly abusive at the drop of a hat. You always felt like you were going to be fired at any moment.
This inside source, who asked we keep them anonymous, always felt there was something more at play with the financials, though they were kept in the dark about what was really going on.
Towards the end, he was showing up for work every day, driving exotic Alfa Romeo sports cars. All of that money that was just raked off of the state, ultimately that equals diminished care. So I think that's the most disgusting part of it all.
After a years-long investigation by the Attorney General's office, a state grand jury indicted Bill Timmons and former CFO Joe O'Malley in August of 2020 on a series of charges related to their alleged involvement in overcharging the state about $11 million by selling medical supplies at a 12.5% markup. As part of this plea deal, Timmons will have to pay about $775,000 in restitution back to the state. That's in addition to Hacienda paying back the $11 million.
It doesn't matter who you are, how well connected you are, or whether you're a CEO of a big company or anyone else. If you rip off the taxpayers, we're going to hold you accountable. Simple as that.
And for those who had to work under Timmons, they're thankful his past has caught up with him.
Under his thumb and under that abuse for so many years. We agreed that he was collectively probably the most abusive employer that we've ever worked for. There was just a sense of relief, a sense of justice, and we're just happy for the news.
Timmons' sentencing is scheduled for July 22nd. A judge will decide his fate, and there are 2 options. Probation is one option, but he also could be looking at 3 to 12.5 years in prison per felony count. As for O'Malley's case, there's no word yet on if he'll plead guilty too, but for now, his trial is set to start in spring of next year. Reporting live in Phoenix tonight, Brianna Whitney for Arizona's Family.